All right, this is just a follow-on video with the Atari 800 keyboard repair on the mylar repair. This is the Atari 800 that I fixed the other day, or a few months ago actually, really. And I did want to highlight that it does work. And even after I messed with it in the video, it still works because it actually has been repaired. In the process whereby it's repaired is by pulling the mylar off, detaching it from the PCB, and then relaying it over the top so that you put some space between the carbon contacts and the PCB that it connects with. There's one other aspect, and I'll walk through it in detail. I'll disassemble the keyboard PCB and mylar again and show one specific area where there needs to be some additional focus. But let's walk through. I'll type through, push every key that we have here. So let's got, we'll get all the number keys here. Get every key in the keyboard, except for most of the we'll leave the function keys out. I mean, I can actually put it. They are all working. I'm gonna do those work. We can do all that fun stuff there. All the keys are working. I'm gonna get this to a disassembled mylar and PCB so I can actually I'll describe the process in a little more detail. Be right back. Okay, what we have here is we have the Atari 800 disassembled. I'm about ready to pull off this. We'll pull off the back plate for the keyboard, where you can see the membrane right here. And what I'm going to do now, one of the most important parts, I'm going to zoom in here, is you see these contacts right here, is making certain that those contacts right here are well rigidly connected to these contacts down here. Everything else on the mylar, you kind of want to be loose. And the reason you want it to be loose is so that it's not always making contact with each of the PCB contact points, right? So each of these little carbon pads, you don't want that. You want this to be somewhat loose. If it's too tight and if it's too connected, then you typically will have issues. And that's what, from my experience and working on a few of these in the past, is what causes most of the keyboards to stop responding. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot up the computer and kind of just show you how, just by putting pressure on these little contact points down here and then tapping. Let's zoom out a little bit. Each of the carbon points to the PCB contact points. Now, before I can do that, of course, there's always got to be more and more little things. I've got a little tape. I'm going to tape down, if I can get this to work, tape down this. This is the switch here that, when the lid is open, disconnects the power from the computer, shuts it off. So we're going to have to just tape it closed, tape it physically closed. It's a pain in the butt to do because I need two hands in order to work the PCB in mylar. Let's get some scissors, cut a nice long piece of tape. And even the tape doesn't stick too well, so it oftentimes doesn't last too long before it pops up. All right, let's flip it switch. All right, here you go. We have memo pad going. As I mentioned, what I'm going to do is lay this mylar on top. And you can start seeing different key presses. Now, I think I'm misaligned, so it's actually activating the wrong key. Let's see if I can't get enough pressure on this. Can you see that? No. All right. I'm going to power this off now. That hopefully helps to give you an idea of how this works and what needs to take place. What you need to have is this mylar needs to be loose, somewhat loose up top, but aligned properly and snug down here. All right. So that is how the fix works. Hopefully that clarifies a few things. Kay Lund, I hope this answers your question a little bit more. Thank you for your patience with me. Have an awesome day. Take care.